जय नारायण बच्चों, आई होप you all are doing good. I hope you are following SMS rule. S means what? S means soap. You have to wash your hands with soap for 30 seconds. And M for mask. You have to wear your mask whenever you go outside. And S for social distancing. You have to maintain social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters. Now we are going to start a second part of your chapter 5, a different kind of school. Now what happened? Miss Beam, who was the mistress of that school, took the narrator to meet that girl whose eyes were covered with the bandage. Now the narrator asked from that girl, "Don't you ever peep?" He asked that, "Don't you ever try to cheat yourself? Did you ever try to look out of your bandage?" So she replied, "That would be cheating. But I had no idea it was so awful to be blind. You can't see a thing and you feel you're going to be hit by something every moment." But she replied that it is very difficult, it is very unpleasant to be blind. Every moment you have a fear that you are going to be hit by something. Every moment as you are unable to see, I didn't ever realize this feeling. I didn't ever realize the pain of blind people. Now when I am doing this task, I have realized the pain of blind people. Now again we are going to talk about these virtues for life. We should learn to be honest. We should have courage. We should be fair. We should learn to respect others. We should take care of others, of your family members, or the members of the society. Or you should be trustworthy. Even if you are literate but you don't have these moral values in yourself, you will be called as an illiterate, because you can't, in that case you will not be able to give anything to your society. The narrator asked from that girl again that, "Are your helpers kind to you?" Then the narrator asked about the helpers. The girl replied, "Fairly, but they are not as careful as I shall be when it's my turn." She replied that, "Yes, they are very careful, they are very helpful people, but not as I am. I shall be more careful than them when it's my turn. Those that have been blind already are the best helpers." Then she said that who are already blind people, they are the best helpers because they can feel my pain, because they have been going through the same pain, and they can understand me better, they can understand my pain better. It's perfectly ghastly not to see. I wish you would try. And then she said, "This feeling is very bad when you are unable to see." Then the narrator asked, "Shall I lead you anywhere?" She said, "Yes, let's go for a little walk." Then she said, "Yes, let's go for a little walk." Then she asked from the narrator for a little walk. She told the narrator that day was very unpleasant for her because the most difficult task for that girl was to be blind. Having an arm tied up is a bit more troublesome. Troublesome means difficulty, because you have to take the help of others in order to eat your food. But to be blind is the most difficult task according to her. Now she asked from the narrator, "Where are we now?" These are the word meanings: ghastly, extremely unpleasant or bad; deaf, unable to hear anything; troublesome, difficulty or pain; glad means happy. Now, I told her that we were in the playground. When she asked from the narrator, "Where are we now?" then the narrator replied that we are in the playground, walking towards the house, and that Miss Beam was walking up and down the garden with a tall girl who had very light hair. When she heard that that girl had very light hair, she recognized her, and she told the name of that girl to the narrator the name of that girl was Millie. Again, the narrator told her, "There's an old man tying up roses." Again, that bandaged girl, that blind girl, and the girl replied, "That old man is Peter. He's the gardener and he's 100 of years old." And then again, the narrator told her about one more girl who had curly red hair and she was on crutches. Crutches, I have already told you the meaning of crutches. Then the girl replied, "Yes, her name is Anita." At the last, they walked on. Gradually, the narrator discovered that it was 10 times more thoughtful than he ever thought he could be. At the end, he realized that practice was more thoughtful, and he became more thoughtful after doing that practice, after describing everyone to that girl. It was an interesting task for the narrator. And at the last, he said sorry to Miss Beam because he had to go on that day. And Miss Beam laughed and she said, "If you are saying sorry, it means there is something in my system after all." She took his sorry as an appreciation and she said that if you don't want to go from this place, it means my system works. These practices are fruitful. Activity and homework have been given in the next PDF. Thank you for the day, Jenna.